It's over. I can't believe I am on stream saying this right now, but Damian Lillard got traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. Pat Riley failed us. There's really no other way to say it. Pat Riley could not close. He did not get the job done. Damian Lillard specifically requested a trade about 2.5 months ago, if not 3, to the Miami Heat. To your team. Everything that you could dream of as a GM. A top 5 point guard, a top 20 player in the league, requested a trade to your team, and you couldn't get the trade done. Damian Lillard traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. This is the official trade details as we currently sit. The Bucks get Damian Lillard, creating the best duo in the Eastern Conference, maybe in the NBA. KD and Book is up there, but Dame and Giannis in Milwaukee. Blazers get Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Kamara out of Dayton, 2029 first-round pick, and a couple pick swaps as well, and the Suns are in there just getting random bullshit. But my initial reaction, the package that the Portland Trailblazers got isn't even that good. I'm being dead serious when I say this. When you really think of what they got, Drew Holiday, they are likely going to trade him. But DeAndre Ayton, 1 first-round pick? You're telling me the Heat couldn't beat that offer? Pat Riley, what are you doing, man? A lot of Pat Riley truthers are going to say, you know what? He didn't feel comfortable shipping off all the assets. He likes this Miami Heat team. I get they just made the NBA Finals, but how can you confidently sit there and say that you are okay with keeping this team? Yes, they've gotten to the finals twice in the last 4 years. Eastern Conference Finals 3 of the last 4 years. But they've come up short. They only scored 100 points one time in the NBA Finals, where they got beat in 5 games to the Denver Nuggets. You needed a scoring punch. You needed that third person to help Jimmy and Bam get over the edge, and Pat Riley couldn't get it done. And not even to mention, they had Bradley Beal in the bag. They could have got Beal earlier in the offseason, in June. They could have offered Hero and second-round picks and get that deal done immediately for Beal. But no, Pat Riley said that we were going to wait because he believed Damian Lillard was going to ask out, and when he asked out, we'd pounce. Well, he did. He requested your team, and you did not pounce. Pat Riley has absolutely failed Heat fans, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo. And it's sad. It's disgusting, and I'm not happy about it. But let me hear your one-word reaction. I just gave you my little 3-minute rant there, but I want to see what you guys have to say. What was your one-word reaction to the Bucks trading for Lillard? I literally just finished filming a Heat video, just so you guys know, and was about to push it out when the notification hit, and I just is an absolute shambles. Cryptid Knight said, "In Pat we trust." How could you trust that man? This was supposed to be his swan song. It was supposed to be the last move he made before getting a championship and then retiring, and he did not do it. Manteca says, "We still have Hero, baby, baby, go." I don't know how Tyler Hero survived this trade. I love Tyler Hero. He's one of my favorite players. I remember when he got drafted 13th overall, Jesus, my head's everywhere, that I ran around my house in excitement because I knew we had a special player. But he has survived a Russell Westbrook trade, a James Harden trade, a Kevin Durant trade, a Donovan Mitchell trade, the Bradley Beal trade, and now Dame. I don't know how he does it. We call him Boy Wonder, but he really does have the magic because he somehow keeps on staying on this Heat team. It's unbelievable. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. We got my boy, producer Patrick Seatman, a.k.a. Seeps, with us. I see Ann Kit saying Buddy Hield to the Heat. I actually do think that could be a possibility.
Definitely.
And it's something that I want to see happen for the Heat. I mean, there's really nothing to be happy about anymore. Like, where does happiness come from?
I mean, Rolly, this had to have been worst case scenario. Like, obviously Dame not going to the Heat. Terrible. But him going to the Bucks.
I agree. Because you can make a sense, even if the Raptors were the team that swooped in and traded,
100%.
I would have still had the Heat better than the Raptors.
Yes.
I would have. But Dame and Giannis?
Dude.
Oh, my God.
And the Bucks had a great offseason. Bringing back Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, still had Middleton, who's a little cooked. But, dude, the Bucks are going to have one of the most stacked teams I think we've seen in recent memory.
I mean, Brook Lopez notoriously gives Bam Adebayo trouble. I know we just packed them up in 5 this past playoffs, but he has given Bam trouble. And now you have Giannis? And now we have to worry about Dame? I don't know how we're supposed to beat them.
I think number one thing I'm thinking about is, obviously, how do you guard Giannis? You build that wall, you pack the paint. Well, what does Dame do so well? He can shoot from 35. You're going to have to stretch the defense out. They're going to have so many open looks because of this. It's going to be insane.
I'm getting clowned on Twitter because a week ago I said a lot of people thought the Bucks are going to trade for Dame. Evidently they did. And I said that I don't see it because I don't think they have a trade package worth it. But apparently they did. And I did not see them getting Drew Holiday out and sending him gone. But they pulled it off. The 1 first-round pick is amazing to me. And that's why I didn't have them trading for him, because I didn't see them trading first-round picks. But my goodness, they got it done. We'll talk more about Pat Riley and the Miami Heat in a second, but I do have to show some love to Prize Picks because they are making this live show possible, and they are sponsoring us here at the Heat Report. If you love sports, honestly, I'm in shambles. I don't even know if I like sports anymore, but I still will use Prize Picks, the largest independently owned daily fantasy sports platform in North America, and is available to play in 31 states. Instead of battling thousands of other players, including pros and sharks, you can pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. I made some picks for this upcoming season in a long-term play, and honestly, maybe they change, maybe they don't, but I have more than Anthony Edwards, 26 points per game, more than 21.8 Paolo Banchero points per game, and then I took our main man, Bam Adebayo, more than 9.3 rebounds per game. Another positive Prize Picks is that they allow quick withdrawals and have easy gameplay with an enormous selection of players and stat types, which make playing DFS, daily fantasy sports, so much fun. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. One more time, go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. All right, I have to circle back to this question. One word reaction to the Bucks trading for Damian Lillard. This is going to be a vent session. I want to see what you guys have to say. I'll answer some of your guys' questions. If you want to get featured on the show, you can use hashtag Heat or Super Chat. Super Chats are appreciated. Honestly, I'm going to have to get some alcohol up in this hoe and start drinking because I need to drink my sorrows away. If you want to see that, we can Super Chat and have a good time. We are going to start breaking down this trade and what it means for the Miami Heat here just in a second. So stay tuned for that. Oh, I see a lot of you guys saying about the young fellas in Miami. And yes, I do love Nikola Jovic. I'm high on him. But I just cannot buy into the idea that the Heat this season would be better served not trading for Damian Lillard and keeping the young assets. And now you're going to have a lot of pressure. Hero is going to have a massive year. Jovic is going to have a massive year. Jaquez is going to have to make an immediate impact. You lose Strus and Vincent, which I don't think is as big as a deal as people like to mention. But I will say this. Who's going to be the backup Heat guard? The point guard. They have Kyle Lowry. That's their only point guard on the team. Holy shit, dude. All right. Let's just roll into this. Let's get it. All right. Stay tuned for this. We're going to talk more about this Heat shambles mode after Damian Lillard has been traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, Damian Lillard, you are not a Miami Heat basketball player. You are actually a Milwaukee Buck, as just a little bit ago, the Bucks go all in and trade for Damian Lillard, stealing the rug right underneath the Miami Heat. These are the official trade details. This is the Heat Report. I'm Nic Rohloff, and Oh boy, we're in shambles over in Heatland. The Bucks get Damian Lillard to pair up with Brook Lopez, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Chris Middleton, creating a dynamic Big Four in Milwaukee. The Trailblazers get Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Tormani Camara, a rookie out of Dayton, 1 first-round pick, which I'll have more thoughts on in a second, and 2 pick swaps. The Suns play facilitator, sending DeAndre Ayton to the Blazers. They get Yusuf Nurkic, Nasir Little, Keon Johnson, and Grayson Allen. I'm going to break down this trade more in just a second, but this is why you subscribe to the channel. I covered this Dame trade the best on YouTube, and here we're coming here to bring you a live show. If you're tuned in the live show, we're also bringing you a video on the Heat's situation now that Damian Lillard is not going to be on this team this upcoming year. We got you covered all season long. Hit that sub button. You won't want to miss our coverage throughout this upcoming season. I am in absolute disarray, shambles. I have no clue what to think because I said this on our live show, but Pat Riley could have had a chance to trade for Bradley Beal back in June. You could have sent Hero and second-round picks to Washington and got that done and added a third scorer that would have fit perfectly next to Bam and Jimmy. But what did Pat Riley tell us? The Heat fans, the media. We believe Damian Lillard is actually going to request a trade, and when he does, we are going to pounce on that and get our superstar. Well, guess what happened? Damian Lillard did request a trade, and guess what he did? He said he only wants to play for the Miami Heat. And you still fumbled the bag. How does this happen if you are Pat Riley? You are supposed to be a shark. You are supposed to be the man that gets the whale to his team. He has promised a whale. He has always said he will go whale hunting. And if the opportunity presents itself to upgrade the roster in a massive way, he will take that opportunity to swing a massive trade. Cutthroat Pat Riley, as we used to call him. But what is he doing? Is he sleeping in bed or something? Is he taking a nap? This is horrible. I actually have no clue what to think because this is the worst case scenario. He goes to the Milwaukee Bucks. If he went to the Raptors and they sent OG Anunoby and 3 first-round picks alongside Grady Dick, sure, I'd understand them. That package right there that the Raptors could have offered is better than what the Bucks offered. And I wouldn't have even been concerned about the Raptors because I still think this Heat team would have been better than a Dame, Siakam, Scotty Barnes team in Toronto. But now that Lillard is pairing up with Brook Lopez, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton in Milwaukee, that is that is a 4-man crew. That is the best 4-man team in the NBA. We initially thought the Phoenix Suns, they have a lack of depth, was the best team in the NBA. It is no doubt the Milwaukee Bucks, a team that the Heat have had success against over the last 4 seasons in the postseason. I don't anticipate them having much success now because you have to be concerned about Dame in the backcourt, Giannis attacking you, and then you also have the wing Chris Middleton and the center Brook Lopez. I really have no clue what to think about how the Heat could sell this trade and let him go to the Milwaukee Bucks. But I want to hear your one-word reaction to the Bucks trading for Damian Lillard. Mine I can't say on air. I'll tell you that. I cannot say it on air. But my second one word would be shambles for me. Let me know yours in the comment section. Let's look at what the Miami Heat roster is right now because it's basically running it back. You're going to likely have Kyle Lowry and Hero in the backcourt starting. You're going to have Jimmy. I think they'll start Caleb Martin at the 4, and then Bam manning the center. Your bench is going to look like Josh Richardson, Nikola Jovic, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Duncan Robinson, Thomas Bryant, Haywood Highsmith, Kevin Love, and Orlando Robinson. I think there are a lot of moves the Heat can still make before the season officially begins and training camp begins next week that we'll get to in a little bit. But my initial thoughts on this is a disaster by Pat Riley, and he has failed Heat fans, he failed the Heat roster, and he has certainly failed Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Today's show could not be made possible without our friends at Prize Picks. They are sponsoring today's Heat Report, and if you love sports, you have to head over to Prize Picks. They're the largest independently owned daily fantasy sports platform in North America and is available to play in 31 states. I've had so much fun testing my skills during this football season, and now the NBA season is around the corner, I'm even more excited. If you have skills similar to mine, which you probably don't, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps with the most exciting daily fantasy app on the planet. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. With some of my selections I made for this upcoming season, I have Anthony Edwards more than 26 points per game. I think he averages 30 this year in an MVP caliber season. Paolo Banchero more than 21.8 points per game. I think he has a nice little sophomore year. And then Bam Adebayo more than 9.3 rebounds per night. I think he finally gets that 10 number and averages double digits with 20 points. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for first deposit match up to $100. One more time, go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and get that first deposit match up to $100. Back to the Dame situation, and when you think of what the Heat could have done, right? Like, what is next for the Miami Heat? They had the entire offseason predicated around acquiring Damian Lillard via trade. You missed out on free agents that would have liked to join your team. Christian Wood, Kelly Oubre Jr., just to name a few that would have joined this Heat team and made a difference to help this Heat team win. But what was the common theme this entire offseason? We're going to wait and not make any roster moves until we have clarity on the Damian Lillard situation. Well, we have clarity now. So I'm starting to try to process in my head what the Heat could do in order to improve this roster, as there are several roster spots available as we approach training camp that is just a week away. We talked about Buddy Hield on the channel before. I think Buddy could absolutely be a target for this Miami Heat team. And when you think of what Buddy could bring to the table, it is something that would be coveted around the NBA. What Hield has done over the past 4 seasons for Sacramento and Indiana has been fantastic. He's a durable player that plays more than 70 games a season, averaging more than 15.5 games per night, shooting 39% from 3. He is someone that would be an excellent backcourt addition to this Heat team. And if you think about a Heat lineup maybe that you could see if they trade for Buddy Hield, because I think a package could be Duncan Robinson and 2 second-round picks, but a Hero, Hield, Butler, Love, and Adebayo lineup is very good, and I do think that would be able to compete in the Eastern Conference, but it's hard to imagine having a team to compete with what the Milwaukee Bucks have right now. And you talk about the Milwaukee Bucks, could the Heat re-engage in trade talks with the Portland Trail Blazers and get Jrue Holiday? I will say this, and even though I am in shambles, a nice plan B for the Heat could be talking with Portland and making this a 4-team deal, essentially, and getting Jrue Holiday from the Portland Trail Blazers. It would be objectively hilarious, even I could admit that, if the Heat ended up being a part of a Damian Lillard trade but did not get Dame. It would be hilarious. But Jrue Holiday would be a great addition to this team because he has that two-way ability. He can be the point guard for this Heat team. I kind of sneaky do like it, but will it happen? Absolutely not, because how can you even trust anything that Pat Riley's cooking on inside of that head of his? And I got to ask you, do you trust what Pat Riley is doing? Type T for trust, type D for don't. Let me know in the comment section. I will tell you this right now. I used to trust Pat Riley, but I cannot back him. I could not support him anymore because this is one of the biggest fumbles in Miami Heat history. They had Damian Lillard in their lap, and they could not get into the negotiation room with Joe Cronin to get this done. I'll say this. Make sure you subscribe to the Heat Report because I'm bringing you raw reaction, raw analysis from a Miami Heat fan for Miami Heat fans. I'll also be here the entire NBA season doing watch parties, so tap in. I'm in shambles. All right, guys, let me see some of your answers down in the comment section. Do you trust what Pat Riley is doing? I got Dad Dean saying don't, Young Dab saying trust, MIA Fire saying don't, Charles Brown saying don't, Montega Stotch saying, yo, the Pat hate is real right now. I mean, listen, Montega, like, it's hard to not hate what Pat Riley's did. Like, you guys are saying always faithful, says I trust Pat Riley. Be patient, guys. Like, being dead serious. How can you trust Pat Riley? He said that he passed on Bradley Beal in order to be able to trade for Dame if he became available. He did come available, and you weren't able to swing a trade for him. It's just disappointing, man. It really, really is. Kryptonite says trust Pat forever. Jason says trust, and Kit says trust. You guys are better than me, man. Young Dab says Pat is playing chess, not checkers. I don't know how you guys are having this much faith. I support, salute to you guys for having this much faith. Kryptonite with a $2 super chat. Shout out to Krypta. Let me have Hero, Jovic, Triple J, a.k.a. Jaime Jaquez Jr., Bam, and Jimmy.
That's a positive mindset, Krypta. I love it. I love the positivity in here. Obviously shambles mode, but hey, Jovic, Triple J, I mean, you're going to keep Hero. You're still going to be a good basketball team.
I'll say this. I have been the most positive supporter of Nikola Jovic this entire offseason. I think anyone could attest to that, is that I love Jovic. I think he's the perfect power forward to slide in between Bam and Jimmy. And maybe he has an unbelievable second season in the league where he unlocks a different mode for this Heat team.
Yeah.
But you had the opportunity to get a top 5 point guard in the league, a top 20 player in the association, someone who just came off a season where they averaged 32 points per game and shot efficient from both the three ball and the field. And you didn't do it. It is insanely disappointing, man. It is insanely disappointing. John Borelli's in the chat. Shout out Borelli. That dude is an absolute legend. I know Borelli said that he wanted Dame to come to Miami, even though he's a Warriors fan, because Jimmy Butler is his second favorite player. Shout out Borelli for tuning in. You're an absolute legend.
Hey, we could have some fun here. We can make some deals for you guys.
We can.
Do some shots.
We can. If you guys want to get a party started or just a vent shambles type of mode, we can get it.
Yeah.
I haven't even checked Twitter, honestly, like what the reaction is from NBA fans. Seeps, what has been the reaction?
I think people are scared of this Milwaukee Bucks team because I am. I mean, they are by far, I think, the best team in the Eastern Conference. I don't see Philly matching up with them, even if they try and go get Drew Holiday, which they're apparently interested in Drew. Can't see Boston matching up with this team. I mean,
I can't tell if this is true or not.
Huh.
The real GM reported that the Heat are interested in Drew Holiday. Now, you motherfuckers.
I mean, they should be.
You pieces of shit. Evan Massey says the same thing. My goodness. That means we're going to have Portland Trailblazers trade discussions part 2.
Do you think Riley even wants to talk to Cronin?
The Sixers are interested in Drew Holiday. I tell you what, if you let the Sixers trade for Drew Holiday, you're cooked. You're finished. There's no chance that the Heat have a meaningful season.
Yeah, because then you match up Drew Holiday with Tyrese Maxey and Embiid. That'd be a solid group.
Oh my God, I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. I don't. I really am at a loss for words. Like, I'll ask you guys: who do you blame this on? Do you blame this on Pat Riley or Joe Cronin for not getting this deal done? I really don't. Which one would you fault more for not having this get done?
It's got to be on Riley.
It could be. It could be on. Here's the thing: is that we have always blamed as Heat fans someone else.
Yeah.
And I'm a problem for this because I was blaming Joe Cronin for negotiations not really happening the entire time. And my guy Chef Trilly, one of the best Heat follows on Twitter, tweeted this out. It was Joe Cronin's fault. It was Danny Ainge's fault when referring to Donovan Mitchell. It was Clutch's fault. It's always someone's fault except Pat Riley's. Maybe it's the whole league against him, and we should replace him with someone that can actually get along with people. Is this what we're doing? We're calling out Pat Riley, calling for his head? You know what? I don't disagree with Chef said. or his name's Austin. I should probably call him Austin. I don't disagree with what Austin said. Really, I don't. Because if the rest of the current NBA GMs who weren't along or weren't around when Pat Riley was at his height power in the early 2000s and the 90s, if people don't like talking to him and don't like negotiating with him, how are the Heat ever going to improve as a team? If you aren't able to actually talk with other teams, negotiate in a fair sense, and have meaningful trade negotiations, how are you supposed to get better? Because all we hear all the time is that Pat Riley will not overpay for a superstar. He wants to land the whale, but he will not overpay. Well, guess what? You might have to start overpaying if you want to get your guys.
I just think Pat Riley gets too hung up on, like, oh, I need to have this young guy still. Instead of just saying, like, you know what? All chips to the center. This is what we're doing. I think that's the ultimate reason why he's not in Miami.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
This is legit worst case scenario for the Miami Heat. Like, any other team he goes to is better than that. Even if he went to Boston, like, let's just say Boston somehow got him and even they kept Jaylen Brown and Tatum. Like, but Milwaukee, pair him up with Giannis?
Dude, that pick and roll is going to be so nasty.
Like, well, you could even go pick and pop with Brook Lopez and have Giannis as a cut guy. Like, dude, the Bucks offense next year is going to be incredible. They're still going to have Lopez and Giannis to be their defensive backbones. Like,
I do want to actually talk about this trade offer or trade official here. Do you really think the Heat's trade offer is worse than this? I'm being dead serious because here's my thing. Here's my thing.
Well, what was the Heat?
The Blazers were going to get DeAndre Ayton no matter what. That seemed pretty evident at late last week. Okay. That no matter what happened, it was going to be a third team involved, which was going to always be the Suns, who sent DeAndre Ayton to the Blazers, and the Suns got Yusuf Nurkic. So that was always going to happen. But you mean to tell me Drew Holiday, 1 first-round pick and 2 pick swaps is better what the Heat could have offered? I get Drew Holiday's a good player. But the Blazers don't even want to keep him.
I think it depends on what they get back for Holiday.
Are you going to tell me that if the Heat ponied up, offered Tyler Hero, Jaquez and Jovic, alongside 2 first-round picks, that is something the Blazers would not want? It's just that Pat Riley didn't want to do it. The Heat. Oh. And you know what? It's something that's going to drive me nuts right now. A lot of people are going to point out and say that the Heat just made the NBA Finals. They were an 8 seed. They've been in the finals 2 times over the last 4 years. I don't give a flying fuck that they've done that. They were the 8 seed last year. They were a Max Strus masterclass away from missing the entire postseason. And they went on a miracle run that Caleb Martin looked like LeBron James. And you mean to tell me they didn't actually have to trade for a good player to make this team better? Disgusting. It's a disgusting thought process. Oh.
I want to make your fans an offer.
We got our Bears Now host.
Tough times. Some of you might know that Rolly produces for me on our Bears channel. He's the host here at the Heat Report. Guy does an excellent job. The passion is unmatched. I don't know if any of our Bears Now minions are in here. I'm not sure, but regardless,
I haven't seen anyone, no.
$20 super chat. $20. I'll do a beer bong. We'll drink this off together. Beer bong for me. $20. Nothing crazy. I'll rip and grip. Let's go. Seats will take one with me. Let's go.
Come on.
You know, I'll say this. You know what? If someone sends in a $20 super chat, I'll do a race as well.
All right, let's go. Come on.
And yeah, I agree. Heat's offer is better. It was. I mean, so okay. I will say this. I want to clarify. If the Heat only offered Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, and 2 first-round picks, that's probably not better than Drew Holiday, right? Because like if the Blazers flip Drew Holiday, they can probably get a decent young player and maybe a first-round pick for Drew. But if the Heat did offer what I just said and offered the young guys, offered 2 first-round picks, now I do think that trade offer is better. Your thoughts?
Well, also, wouldn't the Heat have to give up somebody to the Suns, too? Like maybe like a guy or a second or
I
something.
don't know. It's hard to
I think this all comes down to what the Blazers get for Drew Holiday. I mean, if they end up getting somehow 2 firsts for Holiday, and then you get 3 firsts, Ayton, and a couple pick swaps, but I mean, the Blazers get no young talent here. I guess Ayton is the young talent that they got, but.
All right, so hold on. There's been some news here. Not really news. I'm sorry. This is all fluid. Let me just pull this up. Sorry, guys. Chris Haynes just reported something about Dame, or Dame tweeted something.
Yeah,
Damian Lillard has responded. This is what Damian Lillard just tweeted. The casuals won't be addressed, but the Trailblazers fans and city of Portland that I love will be, and they will be addressed truthfully. Stay tuned. Excited for my next chapter at Bucks.
All right, so he's staying. Yeah, it's official. That's it.
Moses tripped over my cords.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
Well, so if you had a pipe dream of Damian Lillard requesting another trade, that is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Report from Anthony Chang: the Blazers never re-engaged the Heat before accepting this offer from the Bucks, according to league sources. Not that the Blazers had to do this, but it's worth noting the Heat learned of the trade when the news broke. So Pat Riley was sleeping.
Yeah.
He was sleeping. He didn't know.
Dude, this is insane. Now I just can't wait to opening night, see Dame and Giannis.
I really don't understand how Tyler Hero has survived all these trade talks. I want to get this out there. I love Tyler Hero. And the reason why Heat fans thought that he would get a deal done is because we believe in Tyler. He is a 23-year-old two-guard who has averaged 20 points per game in back-to-back seasons. Yes, he has his defensive inefficiencies, but the guy can flat-out score. He's going to be motivated to have a good season. I expect a big year from Tyler. But the fact that the Heat have not been willing to get a deal done, including Tyler, for a player like Donovan Mitchell, a player like Bradley Beal, Damian Lillard now, Kevin Durant. Not saying that they wouldn't have included Tyler for Kevin. They obviously would have, just not good enough. Fact that he's still somehow on this Heat roster is honestly amazing. You want to throw up that weigh-in of the hashtag Heat/Super Chat? Yeah, but a lot of people are saying that the Dame Bucks duo is the best in the East. I would tend to agree. It is. Yeah, John Borelli says and haven't gotten over the hump. That is true. Have not got over the hump whatsoever. Major Anthony Nelson says, y'all want to give away the entire farm for an old Damian Lillard? I'm so glad it not go through. We've got a good young core with huge upside talent. Yeah, but here's my thing. And before I answer that, I want to get this. Use hashtag Heat or Super Chat to get on a show. I want to do a segment where we answer your guys' questions. I react to your reactions on this trade. The best way to get on the show, hashtag Heat. Well, actually, the best way to get on the show is to Super Chat. You'll jump the line. But if you use hashtag Heat, you will get on the show. You'll be on screen. I'll answer your thoughts, stuff like that. So if you want to do that, you see how to do it on screen. But to answer Major Anthony Nelson, do we have a young core and good young talent? I actually do believe that. Like, I think Jovic is a good young player. Tyler Hero is a good young player. Jaime Jaquez Jr. has the potential to be a good young player, but he's already 23 years old. Like, he spent all 4 years in college. So, we do have good young players. Yes. The problem with keeping the young guys is that you know who is not young? Jimmy Butler. He's 34. How many more years of prime Jimmy do we have left? 1? 2? Are you going to be, like, where do you balance going all in to win in Jimmy's prime window, which is right now, and to keep the future alive for the Heat? And I think Pat Riley has done a bad job at balancing that. I really think he has. Jimmy Butler has done nothing but been exceptional in the postseason for the Heat. He had the one bad year where they got swept by the Bucks coming off the bubble. But Jimmy Butler's bubble run was unbelievable. His playoff run this past year before Josh Hart slid tackle him, that scumbag in New York, Jimmy Butler was unbelievable, the best player in the NBA. And you think of what he did where the Heat just came up short in the Eastern Conference Finals a couple years ago in Celtics. Jimmy Butler was spectacular. But now he is not, Pat Riley, and I say he, is not using the best Jimmy Butler we are going to see. He is not building a roster around Jimmy that could help them win right now. And it's really disappointing. It's really disappointing. Unless Nikola Jovic has an unbelievable second year, Tyler Hero gets his averages up to 24, 25. I don't see a way that this Heat team is going to be able to get to the finals again. And if they do get to the finals, are they better than the Phoenix Suns right now? Are they better than the Denver Nuggets, who just beat you in 5? I don't know, man. I don't really know. Jose Ortiz says anywhere but the two possible or worst scenarios was Lakers and Bucks. Dang, this one hurts bad. It hurts, yeah. What's up, Brian? Good to see you again, Brian. Good to see you, Brian. Monty 2K, I hope Nikola Jovic is the next Domantas Sabonis. I do think, Monty, I think Jovic is going to be a stud. It's going to be a question to see how much he gets used. I don't even see people even answering it, sending questions in. Yeah. See, Aaron J. Frenchis just had something here. This is unbelievable. Aaron J. Frenchis, who covers the Blazers, just tweeted out, Blazers seek to trade recently acquired Jrue Holiday, which makes sense given their guard situation. I hear the Miami Heat are in the market for a guard.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, if you guys want to get on the show, use hashtag Heat or Super Chat to get on the show. We also have that standing offer for Heat fans. If you want to see me chug a beer, I do it very quickly, to be honest. I do it in about 5 seconds. You could send a $20 Super Chat. Honestly, I just want to talk with you guys. I want to have conversations, go back and forth. Best way to do that, hashtag Heat, Super Chat, and then we'll talk about the Heat, the upcoming season, because Media Day is on Monday, and Pat Riley is going to have to answer a lot of questions. Heat players are going to have to answer a lot of questions. Training camp starts next Tuesday. CC Kane says $100 for a vodka shot. I'll tell you this right now, CC Kane. You send a $100 Super Chat, I will do a beer boot, which is 3 beers at 1 chug. You do it, I'm in. Because I need to drink. I need to get my sorrows away. Amigo says, Amigo, good question. But put hashtag Heat on the end of that question, and we could get it on screen. Brian35, what's up, Brian? Our GM may get fired. Well, here's the thing. Pat Riley isn't going to get fired. The only time Pat Riley is going to go away from this Heat organization is if he steps down. And maybe he should. Maybe that's the question that we have to ask ourselves as Heat fans. Is it time to have Pat Riley step down? Man.
Mailbag combining with the Jrue Holiday shit.
Yeah, that works. CC Kane, good question. There, we'll get that on. That'll be on screen. Real Bando Bandicoot says, should we tank? Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, man. All right. Rafi the GOAT says, do you think that he will make the playoffs? I'm assuming the Heat will make the playoffs without Damian Lillard. I do, Rafi, excuse me. The Heat will make the playoffs this upcoming season because they are too good and too good of a winning culture to not make the playoffs, right? Like, think about it. Jimmy and Bam have been the best duo in the Eastern Conference over the last 4 seasons. Proof's in the pudding. I'll say it again for like the 3rd time, but they've made the finals 2 out of the last 4 years, Eastern Conference Finals appearance in 3 of the last 4 seasons. So they're obviously going to have the success, and you have the best coach in the association in Eric Spoelstra. So the Heat will absolutely make the playoffs this upcoming season. The question, though, is what is the ceiling of the Heat team? And as we currently sit, I think the best the Miami Heat can do with the current roster they have is the Eastern Conference Finals. Because when you scroll down the Eastern Conference, the Bucks are here. You can't see my hand. This is where the Bucks are. The Celtics are here. You maybe got the Sixers, Cavs, and Knicks right here. And then the Heat are probably just below them. Now, scratch that. We're better than the fucking Knicks. The Knicks below. So I think we're in that group. But it all depends on what the Heat do the rest of the offseason. And it's really not even the offseason. We already have 2 teams in the NBA that have started training camp. So, oh, man. Major Anthony Nelson. 23-year-old Tyler Hero is better than old Damian Lillard for the future of the Heat. What future are you talking about? Are you talking 5 years down the line? Obviously. You're talking about the future of the Heat is in the next 3 seasons to win a championship. Damian Lillard is absolutely more imperative to the Heat winning than Tyler Hero. I love Tyler. Brian, hey, there's a $2 super chat from Matthew Job. Shout out to you, Matthew. I don't know where you're going with this. I do like the hashtags. I do appreciate you supporting the Heat report and overall Miami Heat. Hashtag Heat culture, hashtag we lie, we cheat, we steal, hashtag we the villains. I will say this, we are certainly the villains of the NBA. Because did you guys notice that everybody wanted Damian Lillard to finally request a trade out of Portland? He finally does request a trade out to Portland. But then people find out it's to the Miami Heat, and everyone wanted to make a big deal out of that and not have that happen. Oh, my. Brian, that question you had about trade 2 Hero for and Hero 2 first for Embiid, put hashtag Heat on that, and we could feature that in our mailbag segment that we're going to do here in a second, where we react to you guys, your guys' questions, and reacting to the Damian Lillard trade happening. I'm just going to scroll Twitter here. I got some notifications. Anything new here? Oh, Jesus Christ. Report from Barry Jackson. Pat Riley never called Portland back to improve his trade offer of Damian Lillard. So he literally said, Hero, Lowry, 2 firsts, and that's the best we'll do. You know what? I used to blame Joe Cronin for this one. This is not on Joe Cronin. This is not. It is on Pat Riley for not sending a legit offer. Barry Jackson also just said this, even if Blazers hypothetically took Lowry's expiring, Jovic first for Holiday, Miami would be a tax team in 24-25. We would have to worry about second apron. Worrying about money. So not only... Oh, now this is interesting. I'm sorry. I had to stop after this one. Tyler Hero just made a tweet. This is unbelievable. So if you didn't see, Jimmy Butler put out a video on Instagram and said, yo, NBA, y'all need to look into the Bucks for tampering. I'm just going to put that out there. Y'all didn't hear that from me. And then Lake Show Yo, Lakers fan, I don't know what the hell he's doing, took that video, put it in quote form on Twitter. Tyler Hero quote tweeted it and said what he said. So I couldn't tell if Jimmy Butler was trolling when he said that, or if there's actual things that he have heard about tampering being done. Damian Lillard's cousin just fired out a tweet. Les was taken to lead with spite. So maybe there was a better offer out there from the Heat. I don't know what to think anymore. But there might have been tampering. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Oh my goodness. All right. So I'm going to make another deal for you guys. Make another deal. We're about to hop into this mailbag, see your guys' reaction. I react to your guys' reaction. But before we do that, and we're about to get into a segment here. If during the segment someone sends a $20 super chat, Harrison promised a beer bong, I will do a beer boot. You hear this? This might be the lowest opportunity in chat sports history.
That's insane.
I will chug 3 beers at one time if someone sends in a $20 super chat during the segment.
Somebody's got
that. I mean, listen, we're new over here at the Heat Report. We only started this channel in May. This is our first ever live stream that doesn't include a watch party, watching the game like we did in the postseason, which we will bring back for the regular season, so stay tuned for that. But this is the first time we're being live, so I get we might be new here, but a $20 beer boot would be the lowest in company history. I can guarantee that. I can guarantee that. All right, let's jump into reacting to you guys reacting to the Damian Lillard trade, because, oh boy, we have a lot to talk about. Welcome into the Heat Report. I am Nic Rohloff, and if you haven't seen, Damian Lillard got traded to the Milwaukee Bucks, and this is Heat fans, a.k.a. me, plus Heat fans on our channel at the Heat Report, reacting to Damian Lillard getting traded to the Milwaukee Bucks, what is next for the Miami Heat, and everything more. I love answering your guys' questions. I love... Oh, my God. Start over. Oh, my God. Riley Shea sending in a $20 super chat. I just couldn't take that serious. I'll slack you here in a second. I'm sorry. Because why? That's funny to me. But yeah, all right, we're going to hop back into that second. I just got sidetracked. I'm sorry. But shout out Riley Shea for getting the job done. Shout out to you. Oh my goodness. Should I do the beer bong now? Should I do the beer boot now or before or after the segment? You guys let me know. Before or after? Do Happy Dads. Let me know before or after the beer boot. Shout out to Riley Shea for getting the job done. Man. Yeah, it does feel like we're interested in Jrue Holiday. You're saying after. Major Anthony Nelson. Major, put that as put hashtag Heat in there. And then we can get that on the show. Because I'd love to answer that question. But need you to put hashtag Heat. Need you to put hashtag Heat. I can't believe Tyler Hero really tweeted that, man. That's a shocker to me. Saying what he said. Major, I need you to put hashtag Heat in there so we can get that on, because that's a great question. It's a fantastic question. I just need you to put hashtag Heat on there, or you can send in a super chat with that as the text as well, and we can make that happen. This is going to have to be a big year for Tyler. It's going to have to be a massive year for Tyler Hero, because Hero is someone who is very divisive amongst Heat fans, right? Like, there's talks of him always being in trades. There's talks about Tyler being one of the best players on the Heat and one of the best draft picks in Heat history. But there's also a lot of people that slander Tyler for him not being able to be the best defender, not performing in the postseason as much as you would think. Thanks, brother. I saw a couple people say after, so we'll do the beer boot after the segment. But the offer still remains. You know what? $20 super chat during this segment. I'll do a beer bong as well, and maybe I'll even take some tequila shots too. I saw one of our viewers want to do a tequila shot earlier. But yep. Oh! Major Anthony Nelson with a $20 super chat, and it's their first time super chatting as well. Shout out to Major Anthony Nelson, an absolute legend. Oh man, we're gonna have to get your question on screen somehow. But just use hashtag Heat, or you could have put it as text in this super chat, and we would have been able to have this on screen with the text. But we're gonna have to try to figure out. Wait, do hashtag Heat at the end of the James Harden question, and then you can get featured on the show. It'll look like this, but it'll have your question on screen. Matthew Joe with a $2 super chat. We'll get that on screen just here in a second, and it will also be featured during our mailbag and our reaction to Damian Lillard being traded. But you know what? While Seeps is gone, I'm actually going to chug this beer boot, and then it's going to take me a little bit, but then we're going to come back, answer your questions in just a second. We'll also have Harrison and Seeps do their beer bongs as well. I also owe another beer bong too. We've got a lot to catch up on. But it's time to get drunk because this is a sad day in Miami Heat history. It's a sad day in Heat culture land. But I'm going to start chugging.
Let's go. Shout out to Rolly. He's knocking them back. Let's go. Let's go. It's only one way to get over the pain.
3 happy dads down the hatch.
Let's go. Appreciate it, Major Anthony Nelson.
If you want more of that, we're gonna up the price a little bit. I'll do happy dad boots. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. A lot of carbonation. Excuse me. I'll do more of happy dad boots. $50. I'll do another one. I do owe a beer bong for the 20 from Major Anthony Nelson. But I think it's time to hop in to the mailbag, and then we'll get the other drinking stuff done after the fact. But I do want to get you guys some actual Heat content. Jackerian, use hashtag Heat on that, and then there you go, Major Anthony Nelson. Let's go. Let's go. You finally got that question in there. I had to make sure. All right, we're gonna actually knock out. All right, yeah, we're gonna knock out the drinking for Seeps and Harry right now. Little race action. You know, I'm usually the one that haps on screen and does this for other channels, but it's nice to get a little help one time. You've never done a Murbanga?
Oh, let's break your Murbanga.
So if you're new to the Heat Report, this is why you subscribe. This is why you super check. We do fun stuff, man.
Watch parties coming up this year.
Yeah, it's not going to be as fun without watching our Dame time, which I was convinced.
Man.
Man,
Who are we mad at?
we're mad at Pat Riley now. It's no longer it's Joe
Is
Cronin's
he a
fault.
cooked product?
Yes, Pat Riley's cooked. But yep,
He's down to that. H for Harry, S for Seeps. 3, 2, 1, go.
see who wins this race here. My money would be on Seeps. He's usually a fast chugger. Harry, though, looking good. Seeps just gets it edged out. Shout out to these guys. Shout out to you guys for coming on. Oh my chromosome with a $2 super chat. Yeah, probably. Harrison, could you actually grab the tequila and a shot glass for me, please? Thank you. Shout out to Oh My Chromosome. Because it's your first time, I will absolutely take a shot of tequila. I will. Young Casanova, is that a Knicks guy? He says Seeps the man. Seeps is the man. There's no one better than
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to young Casanova.
Does that have to do with Villanova? Should? Probably. So what are your guys' thoughts on Pat Riley? We're going to answer some of these questions coming up here in a second. But what are your thoughts on Mr. Riley? Is it his fault? Is it his fault?
It's got to be.
I think so, man. I really do.
He had the chance.
37 likes, 5.2K views on that Chat Sports tweet. Dude, I was in shambles, man.
This has to be on Riley.
Kryptonite, I says, I'm loving the positivity. That's hilarious. Is this true? I actually might need to check Jimmy Butler's IG. Hands. Never in doubt. I got hands. Hands. Yeah, clean handoff. All right, shout out you, Major Anthony Nelson. That will definitely be on the mailbag. Shout out Tequila. Down the hatch. God damn it.
Oh, my chromosome. Shout out to you,
man. Shout out you.
My brother.
Hold on, let me just check this Instagram post from Jimmy Butler. Make sure this is real before I run with it. No, it's not real. Oh my God, I should have known that. That was such a bad. All right, I actually thought I almost got. All right, let's jump into this mailbag. I want to give you guys some my thoughts on the Miami Heat. Welcome into the Miami Heat Report by Chat Sports. I am Nic Rohloff, and on today's show, we are reacting to some of the reactions of Heat Nation after Damian Lillard has been traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks got Drew Holiday, or the Bucks sent Drew Holiday, plus 1 first-round picks in getting Damian Lillard. And I'm honestly just in a disarray. I'm filming this on the day of Damian Lillard getting traded to the Bucks. These are the trade details. Drew Holiday heads to the Blazers. DeAndre Ayton goes to the Blazers. Toumani Camara from Dayton, he's a rookie, goes to the Blazers. The Blazers get 1 first-round pick, 2 swaps. Suns play facilitator. But we are reacting to you guys after Damian Lillard gets traded to the Bucks and not the Miami Heat. And the first question comes in from Amigo and says, do you like a Drew Holiday trade for Young Guns, #Heat? And it is fascinating because if you actually take back the clock and go back in time a little bit, before Drew Holiday was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks and before he helped them get a championship, the Heat were actually rumored to want Drew Holiday. And I always thought a Drew Holiday addition to Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo would actually be a really good one. Why? Because what do the Heat predicate themselves on? Toughness, grittiness, and two-way ability. Jimmy Butler embodies that. Bam Adebayo embodies that. You know who does embody that? Drew Holiday. I think Holiday would be a good addition to this Heat team. Now, it would require us talking to the Portland Trail Blazers, and I don't know if anyone wants to go back down that lane. And it would be objectively hilarious, if we're just going to be honest, if the Heat and Blazers made a trade this offseason, but it was not for Damian Lillard, and it was Holiday coming to Miami. What would the Blazers want? Maybe it's Jaime Jaquez and 2 first-round picks. But if you were to convince me on that, and now you're talking about a starting lineup that is Drew Holiday, Tyler Hero, Bam, Jimmy, and then maybe Kevin Love, I think you can convince me that is the second best team in the Eastern Conference. Shout out to Major Anthony Nelson, a real one from the live stream. So why don't we trade for James Harden? Interesting. Who would you throw in to acquire James? Maybe that's the key to winning the championship. So I'll say this. I have been very critical of James Harden of his entire career because I've never believed that he plays winning basketball. He shrivels up and chokes in the biggest moments. He is not and he used to be a isolation scorer. Now we saw in Philadelphia his ability to be the playmaker, the facilitator for others. And I will say this, a pick and roll featuring James Harden and Bam Adebayo would be very deadly. But are you willing to bet on Harden being a part of the Heat culture, the defense in the playoffs? And when you play in Miami, you have to show up in the biggest moments. Would James Harden be able to do that? He has never done that his entire career. So that's why I am skeptical of James Harden. But when you ask what would they have to trade to get Harden, I don't think it would be much. What I just mentioned for Drew Holiday, I think could be very similar to what they would do for Harden. It could be a Jaime Jaquez Jr. and 1 first-round pick because Harden's situation in Philly is messy. They're not getting an extension. You're not trading Tyler Hero to Philadelphia, and I'll tell you why. Because Hero and Maxey in the backcourt would just be a complete disaster for Philadelphia. And I would assume that they would want something else other than a scoring guard who thinks score first because they have that in Tyrese Maxey. So maybe it would be Jaime Jaquez Jr., maybe it would be Caleb Martin. If I had to throw out a trade for James Harden, I'd want to get PJ Tucker back in Miami to be your starting power forward because the last time Tucker was in Miami was very successful and the Heat had one of the best defenses in the league. So if you want to convince me on a Jaquez, Caleb Martin, and 1 or 2 first-round picks for Harden, PJ Tucker, I could be convinced. But I'll ask you guys this. And I've lost all confidence in Pat Riley. But do you trust what Pat Riley is doing? Type T for trust, type D for don't. Let me know in the comment section. It's hard to trust Pat Riley, the Godfather, anymore after he fumbled Damian Lillard, who was basically begging to play for the Miami Heat. So over to Maya's world now. Is there any other point guards the Heat can trade for? So I think there's a couple point guards the Heat can trade for. 2 of them we already mentioned. James Harden, Drew Holiday are obviously at the top of that list that of available point guards you could actually trade for. Another point guard I want to throw out there that isn't high profile, Landry Shamet. There's been reported interest in the past. I think Shamet would be a really good backup point guard to Kyle Lowry. You'd probably only have to offer second-round picks for Shamet because he's not the biggest type of player in the league, but he is someone who can shoot 38, 39, 40% from 3 and handle the rock as your second point guard. And the Heat needs shooting, and Landry Shamet can definitely fill that. I wouldn't hate going for Shamet, but when you talk about making a big-time addition that would have been Damian Lillard, the only 2 point guards that would be splashy are James Harden and Drew Holiday. There's rumored interest in Drew Holiday. Harden's probably very unlikely. So maybe you're just thinking Drew Holiday. You know what is a big-time addition? And it is the fact that Prize Picks have come along to sponsor the Heat Report. And it is today's sponsor. If you love sports, you have to head over to Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the largest independently owned daily fantasy sports platform in North America and is available to play in 31 states. Instead of battling other sharks and pros in the game, you can pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. I've had so much fun testing my skills during this football season, and I can't wait till the NBA season arrives. If you have similar skills to mine, which probably you don't, you can turn to $10 into $250 with just a few taps with the most exciting daily fantasy app on the planet. If you want to tell me, I have some selections that I think are going to bode very well for this upcoming season. I took more than 26 points per game for Anthony Edwards. I took more than 21.8 points per game for Paolo Banchero. And I rounded out my selections and picks with Bam Adebayo more than 9.3 rebounds a night. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. One more time. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Let's go to CCK here. What are your top 3 favorites for next season? I assume you're talking for the NBA season in totality. I think if I had to pick my 3 favorites, it would be very difficult to not put the Denver Nuggets 1. They are just coming off a championship. They lost Bruce Brown, but to me, that's not as big of a loss as other people would like to think it is. You still got Aaron Gordon. You still have Michael Porter Jr. I'd have Denver 1. I'd have Milwaukee Bucks 2 with Damian Lillard, Giannis, Brook Lopez, and Chris Middleton. That is the best 4-man crew in the league. And then the third team, I'd probably have it be the Phoenix Suns because having Book, KD, and now they got rid of Ayton for Yusuf Nurkic, but they also got Grayson Allen in that deal, which is a sneaky pickup. Rafi the GOAT with a question. Do you think the Heat will make the playoffs this year? I do. Now, I've been critical of Pat Riley for not getting Dame done because you were only the 8th seed last year, and you almost lost to the Bulls in the play-in. And if it wasn't for Max Strus dropping 30-plus in that game, you probably would have lost and not made the playoffs. So there is skepticism, I should say, but I do think Tyler Hero being healthy, him being motivated to bounce back from not being able to play in the postseason. He's heard his name in trade talks. He's going to come motivated this year. He wants a chance to prove to the Heat fans and the Heat organization that he can be just as good as some of the guys the Heat have put him in in a trade package for. You also have Nikola Jovic making a presence on this team. I think he will be good. I think Jaime Jaquez Jr. will be a nice solid addition off the bench. You're assuming Caleb Martin takes another step up and plays in the regular season like he did in the postseason. And I'll say this. We lost Gabe Vincent. We lost Max Strus. Max Strus is not as big of a loss as you think. Because I think Duncan Robinson, if he's on this roster, will actually be better than Max Strus was. Because I liked that Duncan refound his confidence last postseason, and I believe he will be fine. And also, adding Josh Richardson is a much bigger deal than what people realize. He is a good three-point shooter who shoots 38% from 3. He's also a really good two-way player, has experience in the Heat system, has experience handling the rock. Do I trust him to be the backup point guard? Not really, but I do like what Josh Richardson brings to the table. And even though I thought it was absolutely necessary to add Lillard to this roster, I do think the Heat roster right now is actually better than the one they played with in the NBA Finals. Corey with a question, should have just signed Christian Wood and Kelly Oubre when they had a chance. And that's definitely the balance, right? Like, it was very much out in the open that the Heat did not want to make a move before Damian Lillard's situation was, like, finally done with, right? Like, if they traded for Dame and then Wood and Oubre were still available, they probably would have signed him. But they didn't want to make roster moves before they had clarity on the Damian Lillard trade situation. So I understand them passing on it, but that just goes back to the point of why this deal needed to be done. You missed out on so many free agents. You missed out on Bradley Beal because you were hoping Dame would request a trade and you would pounce then. And Pat Riley sat back and did not be aggressive enough, did not overpay for Damian Lillard. And I get not overpaying for a 33-year-old point guard, but you have to, and I thought you needed to capitalize on Jimmy Butler's window that is right now, that he's 34, doesn't have that many years left of prime, and that playoff performer that we see every year. You don't have a lot of years. You don't know when that's going to go down. You needed to get Dame and make this a championship contending team right now. I covered the Heat all offseason long. Damian Lillard watch was fully on display. But I'll tell you this right now, it's not going to stop. We're still going to cover the Heat all season long. We're going to do watch parties. We're going to talk trade rumors. We're going to talk everything Miami Heat basketball, provide you with the best analysis on YouTube when it comes to your Miami Heat. So hit that sub button. You won't want to miss it. Real Bando Bataku. Cooper Flag should be our main target. No way we're talking Cooper Flag right now. I do respect it, though. I gotta be honest. Cooper Flag, if you don't know who he is, he's the #1 high school player. He doesn't know where he's going to school quite yet, and he's probably not going to be an NBA draft eligible player for another, 2 to 3 seasons, probably 2025 or 2026. I think 25, 26. Shout out producer Patrick Seatman. Cooper Flag is going to be a stud, yes, but the fact that we're somewhat thinking about drafting players 2 years down the line, it's a little bit concerning. Blair McFarland, what's the next big move for Miami? How long will it take? All right, this is a great question, and I actually think I could spend some time on this, right? The next big move, if you're saying big move, I don't know the answer to that question. If you're thinking next move, I think Buddy Hield could be a move. Drew Holiday can be a move. And I think my #1 thing that I want the Heat to do right now, sure, there will be interest on Drew Holiday. If we don't go to Drew Holiday route, that's fine with me because you're probably going to have to offer a lot. But what you can offer is Duncan Robinson and 2 second-round picks to the Indiana Pacers for Buddy Hield. Adding Buddy Hield as a 4th option is very, very dangerous. You're now going to have an excellent offensive backcourt. There is going to be defensive issues and questions, but you're going to have one of the best shooting backcourts in the NBA in Hero and Buddy if you were to get that trade done. And you still have Jimmy and Bam. And Hield can isolate score too. Like, common misconception around the league is that Buddy Hield is just an elite shooter and that's how he scores. Nah, Hield can take you off the dribble, give you a nice little between the legs ISO move, get to the cup or take a step back contested 3 and hit them. He averaged 8.5 3-pointers this past season and shot 42.5% from 3. Dude's a sniper. So I actually think the next move for the Miami Heat should be going out and trying to trade for Buddy Hield. Now, will they do it? I don't know, but that's what I am absolutely hoping. The next big move, and we're not going to like this, but it's going to be Anthony Edwards. That's going to be the one that maybe Pat Riley has his eyes on because Edwards has been very outspoken about how much he liked working with Eric Spoelstra during Team USA this past summer. He likes the Heat culture. And Anthony Edwards with Bam Adebayo would be one hell of a duo. Now, you're not going to see him ask out for another 2 to 3 years probably, which means what do we do in the meantime? He is a long-term play. Maybe someone that is going under the radars, Donovan Mitchell round 2, because there's been rumors about D-Mitch not signing an extension with Cleveland. The Knicks are expected to be a team very interested in him, but maybe the Heat do because Donovan Mitchell has a very good relationship with Bam Adebayo. They're really close friends, and maybe they can swing for D-Mitch next offseason. That's maybe the next one. So if I had to give you my final answer, I think it's Buddy Hield before this season starts. If you're talking next offseason, Donovan Mitchell. If you're talking really deep down the line, it is Anthony Edwards. That's going to do it for today's show. As always, I like to close things out with a nice little sub-read because I want you guys to be the most informed Heat fan on the planet. I want to grow this Heat channel. We're going to be doing watch parties all season long. We're going to be the most interactive YouTube page for Heat fans on the market. So join the channel, hit the sub button. I'll cover the Heat better than anyone on YouTube. Oh, man.
Can't believe it actually happened.
Me neither, Seeps. Me neither. The fact that it came out of nowhere, too, right? Like, that's the craziest part. Like, you would have expected Woj to say, like,
Bucks are closing in.
Yeah, they're closing in, and it's not official. Yeah. And then maybe that would have given the Heat a chance to, like, say, oh, my God, is it actually closing in? And then send in their final offer. But the fact it just was, like, done.
Done. It ceased to Milwaukee.
Crazy.
Because nobody even came out and said the Bucks are interested.
No, everyone just speculated, like, why wouldn't Milwaukee be interested? And maybe I could get freezing cold takes so badly on that tweet I had last week about the Bucks. It could be so
maybe
bad.
Embiid could be next. Who knows?
My friend actually literally. So I tweeted this out last night. I love this about Buddy coming along with Dame. And my friend from college literally said Dame is literally a Milwaukee Buck. And I literally responded, source question mark. And then he quote tweeted again today and said, "I'm the fucking source."
No way. That's sick.
Yeah. All right. I will be honest with you guys. As much fun as this has been, first ever live show that isn't a watch party, which we will be doing watch parties this season. But I do have to give up the studio to other people. But we can stay live if you guys send in super chats. That's how it works at Chat Sports. I don't want to like beg, and I will never beg for super chats. But it's just the moral of the story that if you guys send super chats, we could hang out and talk more about the Heat. But if not, we're going to have to hop out and let other people take out the studio. I appreciate everyone who has tuned in. Almost 2,300 people total. There's a lot of competition for this. So, I mean, I don't hate it.
Zach LaVine's another option at the trade deadline.
The trade deadline, Zach LaVine talk will absolutely be there.
Yeah,
Oh, this is a new one. Damian Lillard's agent, Aaron Goodwin, will just release a statement on the Heat's pursuit. They did everything they could to acquire Dame. Nope. Takes two to get a deal done. I appreciate all that Pat, Andy, and Micky did to try to make this happen. This is just
crazy. Oh, fleece job by the Bucks, though. Fleece job.
I agree. They didn't even send that much.
Move off Drew Holiday. Now you can go win championship. I mean, now it's the next 3 years. The Bucks are going to be the favorites.
Oh, the Heat are the biggest trolls on the planet, man. Josh Richardson, who notoriously wears number 0 in his career, Miami Heat player.
Yeah.
He never announced what number he was going to wear after the Heat signed him because everyone was like, well, if Dame gets traded to Miami, he's going to wear number 0, and Josh Richardson's going to have to find a different number. Josh Richardson quote tweeted Jimmy Butler, or quote tweeted a tweet, and said, well, I think I know what my number will be now, Lo. These fuckers,
No way.
they don't care about
That's
us.
hilarious.
Unbelievable. No. Oh, man. I am so sad. I am so sad. Marshall pisses me off. I fucking hate Marshall.
They did everything they could.
Oh, man. Oh, shit. Before we hop out of here, Miami CFC culture. There's a super chat. All right. I have to ask you guys, though, are you guys excited for the season, or did this just put a total cramp into it? But shout out Miami CFC culture, or CF culture, I should say. Sure, super happy we keep Tyler and Jovic. Listen, there is a part of me that is happy that Nikola Jovic is still a part of this Heat team. And I told people this. Like, I would have legit been sad if he was a part of the deal. But I understood to get a player of Damian Lillard's magnitude, you were going to have to trade your young guy.
Yeah.
So I am happy to see Nikola Jovic in a Heat jersey this upcoming year. I am not happy with the fact the Bucks got Dame and Pat Riley strikes out on another superstar.
Yeah.
Not happy whatsoever. Now I got to hear Marshall chirp me. I got to hear Smitty chirp me. No, life sucks. Life sucks.
I don't know why. I mean, if Knicks and Celtics fans should not be happy about this.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. This is why Knicks fans and Celtics fans are the most delusional fans on the planet. They are so blinded by their Miami Heat hate because the Heat have owned the Knicks since the 2000s. They have owned the Celtics since the year 2011 that they are happy that the Heat did not get Damian Lillard, but they failed to realize the Milwaukee Bucks just became the clear favorites in the Eastern Conference, and the Knicks and Celtics stand no chance to beat the Bucks.
Yep.
They are blinded by their hate, and now we're all going to have to sit here and watch the Bucks win the championship.
That Bucks Nuggets finals would hit, though. Dame and Giannis versus Jamal and Yoke.
It'd be a good one. Man. It would actually be a good finals. I am getting chirped so much today. Today sucks. No, I woke up today happy. Felt good. Now, not so fast.
I feel like everything just changed. Like the whole world just changed a little bit.
Maybe it's just that my whole world just changed, but it certainly feels like something.
Dame's a fuck.
Right. I appreciate some of your guys' optimism in the chat. I really do. Bam on Giannis, Dame on Jimmy. Or I mean Jimmy on Dame. Maybe? I don't know, man. It's going to be difficult.
Hero on Middleton.
That's Cook product. Oh, Jesus. Welp. You know who really is starting to piss me off too is the Heat's owner, Micky Arison. He is so cheap. The Heat won't even trade for Drew Holiday because it puts them in the tax, and which means they're going to have to pay more than usual because they'd be in the second apron of the tax.
Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you what.
Do you want to win or not? Yeah. I don't believe that, though. No.
What does he gain by releasing?
I don't know, but like, if you're trying to tell me the Heat did everything possible to make Dame a member of the Miami Heat, I just don't believe that. Because I'm seeing Barry Jackson report that they never upped their offer from their initial one. So who am I going to believe? The best Miami Heat beat reporter or Dame's agent? I'm going to believe the best Heat reporter. All right. Oh, you're telling me, Harrison. You're telling me.
All right, final offer.
We got one more final offer.
If we get a 50, that would put us at $100 in super chats. I'll do a boot.
Ooh.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but Harrison just said if we get a $50 super chat, which would get us to $100 total for the stream, which would be the most of all time, and $50 would actually be, yeah, okay, it's a combined. 50 would also tie John Borelli for the largest super chat in one time on the Heat channel. We'll do a boot race. Harrison will do a boot. I'll do a boot. And he even said total. So we got 2 minutes to do this. I'll get a timer.
Tell you what, 3 beers and a boot.
2 minutes. If we get it done, if we get to $100 of super chats, and by the time this timer's done, I'll do another Happy Dad boot. Harrison will do it. We'll do a race. If not, we're going to probably have to sign off here. Like I said, I have to give up some studio space here at Chat Sports.
I'll tell you what, if you do get Drew Holiday, though,
No.
it would be a very good basketball team.
I'll say this right now, and I'll stand by this. Even though it is devastating that the Heat did not get Damian Lillard, if they pivoted and were as able to get Drew Holiday, even if they had to give up Tyler Hero in the deal, Drew Holiday, Bam, Jimmy Big Three is the second best team in the Eastern Conference. And it would set up an inevitable Bucks-Heat Eastern Conference Finals match, which would just be unbelievable. But if now you're able to keep Tyler Hero, and now we're talking Drew Holiday, Tyler Hero with Jimmy and Bam, and you spot someone at the 4, you might have a case here for the best team in the Eastern Conference. I do kind of believe it. I do kind of believe it.
You're not beating Dame and Giannis.
I do kind of believe it.
I'm honestly just disappointed in freaking Portland. They just wrapped up the East today.
Can you not? Am I wrong in thinking that? Sure, maybe the Heat did not send their best offer, and they did not even try to up their offer.
Yeah.
But can you try to seriously tell me that the Heat could have not sent a better offer than Drew Holiday and 1 first-round pick? Seriously. I also can't believe they traded Drew Holiday.
Oh, and 8. They got 8.
Yeah, but that was always going to happen even if Miami was involved or not. I can't believe Shams accidentally tweeted out the Raptors got Dame. That's crazy.
That's hilarious.
I wonder how that VOD's doing. Well, that was the end of 2 minutes. No super chats. So we are going to have to sign off. I appreciate everyone who tuned in. It's a 6 to 10. It's so bad.
Really?
If I did just a VOD instead of a live, that thing would have went nuclear. That's like the battle you have, right? Like,
Probably should have done that.
I have always said that if I was in office when it happened, I would have done a VOD first. Probably should have stuck by that. But I was just so mentally frazzled that I had no clue. I haven't even ate lunch today. I'm freaking starving.
I know. That's
This sandwich is going to hit so freaking different. All right. We're going to sign off here. I appreciate every single one of you who have tuned in this entire off season. I appreciate every single one of you that has super chatted. I appreciate every single one of you that has been here in the live commenting. You guys are real ones. You guys will forever be in my hearts. Even though this is a sad day, I will always relish the fact that Heat Nation and the Heat fans and /family is the best in the world. I would not change being a Heat fan my entire life. I always will be a Heat fan. I will never stray away from that. We are going to do watch parties the entire NBA season. We are going to have the best Heat coverage the entire NBA season and for the future. I appreciate you guys for staying with us. And with that said, I'll see you tomorrow with a video. Let's go Heat. God damn it. Pat Riley, figure your shit.